All right, this will be a trade recap for, what's today? Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Start of a new week, start of a new month. Yeah. See where we go from here. Still continuing on with the whole efforts in one and done to help build consistency and discipline when it comes to trading. And yeah. Continuing on. That's going well. Still fairly early. This was number 4. But all in all, good. Market, again, over the weekend, didn't really do anything super weird. Nothing really happened, I think, catalyst-wise. So not that we super watched that. Even though we kind of had kind of a interesting day on Friday. Once again, just some of the news items that kind of came out. See if that really moved anything. I don't think it really did, especially now the market had time to digest it. And yeah. But if you are looking for someone to coach you, train you, mentor you on how to day trade, well, this next part's for you. I am a student of this gentleman. This is Pat Mitchell. He is a professional day trader, though he originally was in blue-collar work. And he has been in the markets for a little over a decade now. And he has built up a incredible process and knowledge base when it comes to learning how to day trade. He runs a service called Trick Trades. He has also put together inside of Trick Trades a program called SizeUp, and that's what I do. And it is a structured program for learning how to day trade. You start with a small cash account, and you basically build that up with your education, experience, and screen time to eventually hit different milestones and become a full-time professional day trader. So if you're interested in something like that, great person, probably one of the highest quality coaches when it comes to day trading out there. If not the highest quality, I don't personally know of any other coaches that I can stand by or say that about. And I've been around a few of them in terms of their services, and nothing even comes close to what Pat offers. So if you're looking for a high quality coach, I cannot recommend him enough. And like I said before, you can find him over at tricktrades.com. He also has a YouTube channel on his own where he posts recaps usually daily. If you want to check that out, you can get a little preview of the kind of information he offers and the quality. And that is just a very, very small amount of the knowledge he possesses. But yeah, definitely check him out. It will be worth your time and effort to go through some of his content and judge for yourself. And with that being said, let's get into the charts. So on the left here, we have our daily chart. Middle, the 1 minute intraday. And then here on the right, I keep my order execution just to keep it handy. So for today, you can see our levels that were developed by Pat Sunday night and then refined this morning. And while he doesn't put risk levels up, I plot them because I like to keep an eye on them. And as usual, watching spine cues. And yeah, for some reason, TradingView has a weird tail on this. That's not accurate. So that's just one thing I just noticed there. But fairly simple, straightforward, according to the plan, and in the theme of discipline and consistency, doing one and done and first to trigger. So just for people that may not be aware, one and done, you're only going to take one trade, and you're going to take the first trade to trigger. And currently where I am in terms of size, I'm using 1 to 3 contracts, and then that's it. You don't trade anymore, regardless of the outcome of the trade. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. This is all about just being consistent and trading both the strategy as well as the trade plan. and just doing it day in, day out. That way it becomes second nature and muscle memory. So for today, we were opening up inside kind of these channels, even though there was this pre-market level right here on Qs that was basically right on top of, which you can't really do anything with that until it gives some distance in one direction or the other to potentially put in a retest. And then on SPY, since we were right in the middle, as we were coming up into the level, there's actually the 20, and that's hasn't changed a lot, but it was a little bit different from where it was back in this. And that's basically the first trade that triggered was into the 20, executed the short, and then paid on first reaction down in. Only got a starter into it, so not a huge position, obviously, but consistent. Pull that entry up. So here's the entry, pops right into it. Very happy with the entry. No hesitation. Read everything right. Had my charts prepared, all of that. So nice, clean entry there. Reacted. And first thing I was looking for, again, is kind of coming down like where might it bounce, which is kind of like coming into this pre-market range just before the open. And exited the position there. As you can see, though, had fairly decent follow through with it, and that's again what we're looking for. So super simple. Didn't give it any time, didn't give it much room to go against you. It's just that simple. And sometimes that's all these trades will offer. So sometimes you have to know when to realize that, or again, when to execute with proper size, like a proper starter position, when and where to average, and things like that. But especially for a Monday, generally you don't want to be slinging a ton of size around, because like Mondays and Fridays can be interesting, unless again the charts really tell you that and the price action tells you that it's appropriate. But generally for new traders and people still building their accounts, probably again safer to just be cautious, keep the size out. Yeah, on this one, that's what I did. Worked out beautifully. And from that, it's like one of those things where for a Monday, this was very clean. I'm trying to think, as you can look at some of the other levels, came in, reacted a little bit, then pushed higher. And again, we had a lot of opportunities, especially on SPY, and then on Qs, kind of again more opportunities when it comes to the moving average plays and things like that. But don't have to take them, especially once you've got that trade locked in. Don't. Time in the market is just more exposure to the market, which can lead to, again, more losses, failed trades, whatever you want to call it, but not really something you need to do when you can nail a trade pretty much right out the gate and call it a day. Like, why keep fishing for more opportunities for the market to take whatever back that you've earned? And that's kind of something Pat said this morning, was it's very easy to make money in the markets. It's not easy to keep that money, especially when you keep playing the game. If you keep playing, that's just more and more opportunity for the market to take that away from you and more. So don't. Walk to the bank with your profits once they're locked in, and you just do that consistently, and you build a small account over time to the point where you just continue that habit, and maybe get a little bit more flexibility and able to play with more size, play with more opportunities as your account grows, and you know what you're doing. You get that screen time, experience, all of that, and then from there, you can kind of just continue to level up one step at a time. And I think that's kind of the big thing, is like people jump into this thinking they're going to get rich quick, and it's not. Like, truly, it takes time to do this. And if you do it the wrong way, again, just think about that. You have to unlearn all those bad habits and misunderstandings and everything just to relearn them the right way and then reinforce them and then be disciplined and consistent with doing them day in, day out to the point where you basically do this damn near flawlessly every day. So that's one thing that like new traders kind of have a leg up if they've never been really exposed to this. They're kind of that blank slate. They're much easier to train and build up the right way initially versus an experienced trader. And this is the camp I fall in since I tried other services and different approaches on my own that, again, basically having to wipe out all of those bad habits, that wrong information, the wrong approaches to then relearn it the right way. And the problem is with that is like once you're doing, while you're in that process, and I'm still in that process, is that you can kind of feel that tug of war back and forth in your mind, like those old habits that maybe got a little too ingrained, that you don't quite want to let go of, potentially even like subconscious habits. Yeah, that's the problem. Because you kind of set yourself back a bit. But it is what it is. I mean, if you have done that, no time like the present to start doing it the right way. So if you are interested in kind of getting that all figured out, building yourself back up the right, proper way to be a consistent and profitable trader, come see Pat Mitchell over at tricktrades.com. You can also check out his YouTube channel at Trick Trades. Fantastic coach, great mentor, knows his stuff, and he will show you how this is done day in, day out. Doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk, and you will see that every single day. And he's not afraid to show that. Especially again, like he shares his order entries, and again, the kind of the internal recap. He'll post his entries on every single trade we take. And there's again none of that flashy bullshittery that you see a lot on social media. So he is the real deal. I understand that's one thing you're just taking from some guy that's on the internet, which may not be the most reliable source of information. And that's fine. All I can say is give him a shot. And I doubt you'll be disappointed if you're truly into this career and you're looking to, again, have that longevity by doing it right. But yeah, hope everyone had a great weekend. Pretty simple, straightforward day. And on to tomorrow and the next one. Till then, I will catch everyone later. Have a good one.